contact.
Yep.
Well, what are we doing, Tim?
Synchronizers.
Oh, yeah. Okay. The guy I took the shaft to got it completed. It was kind of a pain in the ass to do, and I'm going to show you why. Actually, Tim is, because my hands are greasy. This is what a synchronizer is supposed to look like when the pack is full, when all the facings are on there. There's not supposed to be any play, but a very...
Facing to the light.
What light? Oh. There's not supposed to be any play there. So, that's why I replaced them. Now, I'm setting these here. I have new bearings. This collar here, let's see, this one right here, I had to replace that one. And this collar here is just a shifting fork that engages that one. And that's all that does. So, boom, that's a non-synchronized one. Everything else is the same. It's got new snap rings, which are over here. So we've got new races. We've got 2 new bearings. So these are, you know, there's nothing wrong with these. They're just, you know, time to replace them. Here's the inside of what the synchronizers ride on. They slide back and forth. This is your detent. So this is part of these, which you saw. There's absolutely no facings left on any of them. It's all gone. I'm surprised this tractor even shifted, to be honest with you. Anyway, so that's what happened to that. And of course, this is the major culprit as to why we had so much trouble pressing it off. Ooh, you can see it was hung up. Can you see that in the camera?
Yeah.
Now let's take it over to the light.
I saw this.
You got to get on the back side.
Well,
yeah. Okay. As you can see, it had grabbed the shaft. Now it pulled steel from the shaft. So what he did was he split that with a grinder on the keyway, because we had new keys. He had new keys. I didn't have them. I didn't order them. I didn't think it'd be a problem. The keys were actually sheared off when he pulled it apart. So I kind of have, I don't know why it did that. No, he doesn't seem to know either. But that's why we ended up replacing this, was because it grabbed that. Now he cleaned the shaft up. This does not move up and down on the shaft. It's solid. It's pressed on between these 2 keys. So that's what gave us all the ass ache.
Just
anyway,
that.
We have there's one more thing that we have to do to this shaft before we actually put it back together into the tractor, and that is because these are synchronized. These synchronizers or facings, or these plates, they have got to be soaked in hydraulic transmission oil, so that they soak up with oil before you put them together, because you don't want to dry start them. They won't get soaked for a couple of minutes before the tractor, you know, by just using the natural, the tractor, the natural way, the flow of oil. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to dunk this in a 5-gallon pail with Hy-Tran and let those plates soak up.
There's a bucket of oil there somewhere.
Yeah, right there. Okay, go ahead and shut it off. Okay, so this is hydraulic transmission oil. The shaft is going in, and it's going to sit in there for a while. Oop. Yeah, it's just Hy-Tran. So that'll sit in there for, I don't know, oh, you little devil, well, I can see it. That's in there. It's with the oil we took out of the tractor, so that'll soak up just fine. Alright, back over here. So really what we're doing now is putting in these races. This race, or this cup, as you may want to call it, this cup, you want to oil it, grease it. Actually, this had assembly lube put on it, and the assembly lube is still in it. See it?
Yeah.
So, but you just take a little bit of assembly lube. This is old assembly lube. I'm not going to clean it. It's not dirty. It's been in the hydraulics. So, just set that in there. And I have a brass punch here.
And a ball peen hammer.
The ball peen hammer. So I'm not thrilled about the way I'm going to do this, but I'm going to do it anyway. But this brass punch will keep me from damaging the shaft itself, or the race or the cup, as I'm banging it in there. A lot of guys are like, oh, you ought to be pressing that. Well, a brass chisel or punch and a ball peen hammer works just the same. You can get away with this sort of thing if you don't have a press to do it. Which, you know what, to be honest, you don't need a press for this sort of shit anyway. Okay. And you just want to go around it all. You can feel it. I'm knocking off pieces of brass. Yep, she's on. Okay.
Just wipe it off with a rag.
I'll wipe it off with a rag. And no chips, no harm, no foul in the race itself. So, now, there are shims here. Now, it's always a good idea to oil these bearings before they go in. So I will be doing that a little later on. Is that how that went in there? Yep, that's exactly how that went in. Yep, there we go. Okay, so this one here, that just slides into the case, like so. At least it's supposed to. I have a brass, yeah, there it is. But I'm not going to put it all the way in. I'm not even going to put it in. I'm going to take it back out again because
it's a pain to get out.
Well, no, it's not. The shaft has to. Devil. Maybe it is a pain to get out. I don't know. The shaft has to go in there first before anything else. So just gently tap that. I didn't stick it in there very far. So anyway, there's that. Okay. All right. So we're going to let that soak up, and only going to leave it in there for a few minutes. That would be more than enough. We'll soak it up, and then we'll go ahead and slide that shaft together. Then we're going to start putting this tractor back together. Right, Tim?
Yes, and also, while the tractor's back together, do you want to dump the oil buckets in here first?
No.
No?
Not till it's all back together.
I mean, when it's...
Alright, that's sat in there for what, about an hour?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd say. Looks like it's all pretty well. Oh yeah, she's all coated in. Okay, what's that? Oil everywhere. Okay, there we go. I think, if I remember right.
Yes.
I did like so first, right?
Yes.
Yeah, yes.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
Or yes, sure yes. I'm thinking no.
What?
I'm thinking it goes this way first. Huh.
No, it was this end that went in first.
Yeah, a little thick.
Just gotta twist the gear maybe.
How about that?
Yeah.
Just slipped right in, didn't it? Alright. I got oil on my head. So anyway, yeah, that looks right. And let's make sure we're putting that in the right direction, correct? Yeah, where's that hammer? It's behind me here someplace. No.
Someone's ringing me. Just hold it then.
What's that?
I said I'll just have to hold it then.
Hold what?
The camera.
I'm not going to bolts in there. Hold the camera. Yeah, that's going to be a little bit of a pain in the ass, though. I believe I can fly. Right, Tim?
Yes.
Keep believing that. Shaft, please. Okay, this is pretty easy, actually.
Huh.
What do you got?
It's auto-detecting the synchronizer as a face.
Yeah, it's round. Anyway, so what am I doing here?
Lubing it.
Yes, this is assembly lube. Lucas, I think it's Lucas, isn't it? No, Napa. Lubriplate. Assembly lube. You want to use assembly lube on just about everything.
Gloves.
Yep. And then we do that. And then you should be able to just make that something. Okay, that's it. I just needed to get in the right spot. And there she be, my friends. And that there's, okay. Put her in that neutral position for right now. Yeah, that'll work. So yeah, so that's nice and snug. If you noticed before, the last time we were messing with that,
It's kind of...
how it was slopped back and forth. That causes trouble over time, so you just kind of gotta be smart about it, I guess. That look like? Looks like it's probably going to be pretty tight. Perfect.
supposed to sit like that.
It is. Yes, it is. Now, I have not taken this apart.
Do you want to?
No. I don't. It scares me.
Oh, it wouldn't hurt to try.
What, to try and take it apart or to take a look at it?
Take a look at it.
Just make sure that everything fits solid on there, which it does. Excellent. Alright. Now I'm rather impressed as to the way that is. It's fitting flush, nice. Everything here seems to be working. A little less, you record good?
Yeah.
A little less, oh, I see why that is. A little less slop in the whole entire assembly. No slop in the assembly, so we're good there. Alright, next thing on the list of things to do is to actually see if I can fish my little fingers down in there to get that O-ring out, which I know I cannot, which is annoying me. I don't want to pull the rear apart to get a lousy O-ring, but that O-ring down there is the reason I have this trouble. You can't see it. Alright, shut the camera. So I bought a really nice, two very nice sets of O-ring hooks or nose pickers. I think you saw them in another video that I had. The problem is they're just too big. They won't fit down in the hole that I have. The length of them is fine. It's just the size of them is all wrong for what I'm doing. So I'm actually going to return them because I will never use, well, I shouldn't say never. I won't use them. I won't use them for, let's say, a long time, ever. I gotta say ever. For the amount of time that I would use them, it doesn't justify the $180 or $280 that I have into those. I got quite a bit of money in those tools, so I'm just going to send them back.